Hey guys, this is Chase from Burnout Inc. and started up a new channel called Burnout Inc. CAS. This is basically a Create a Superstar channel where I'm going to try mostly just to do Create a Superstar tutorials and formulas and stuff like that. So yes, YouTube, this is educational and informative. It's not just me trying to get views for a bunch of video game stuff. So hooray for that, right? Anywho, let's wait for this video to get going. This is Kratos the God of War. Gonna start off by going into his skin. I chose number 2, and there is the colors right there. So you're going to do X246, Y202, Shade 149, Shine 39. Um, I went with a little bit of a darker complexion than a bright pale white. I think it catches the light a lot better, and you see a lot more detail in Kratos' muscles and stuff like that. So that's what I would recommend you do. I made him 31 years old, or I aged him to 31, whatever the hell that is. Let's see. Hair is pretty simple. It's number 1. You just make him bald. So you're going to go into the eyes, basically just do type 1. For some reason, when I go back into this, it wasn't saving the eye color. So basically all you got to do is from where it's at right there, I believe it's the 197, just move it from the blue all the way over to the yellowish orange area and then just make it a little bit darker. Teeth, really simple, just go for default unless you want to get real detailed about that. These sections here for where I have the head, the neck, and the face and all that stuff, I'm not going to talk throughout that area. Basically, what you're going to do is you're just going to go through, pause it where you need to, and match up the formulas as is. And then you should get to what Kratos is going to look like without the costume and the tribal tattoos and everything. So I'll see you guys. I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Okay, wasn't that fun? That was fun. So I made Kratos 6'4", 256 pounds. That way he would be in the heavyweight class, but not a fat fatty. Uh, Size-wise, you're going to make him number 2. And then we're going to get into the shape here, and I'm going to disappear once again and let you guys do your thing. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into some important stuff. Goatee, you want to choose number 19. I know Kratos kind of has a little bit of a longer goatee, but I chose this one. I think it looks best overall. There's your color right there. Gives it that nice shade of a really, really dark brown. And then I also added that little goatee number 21, just so it catches the bottom of his lip. The scars right here, which you're going to have to go back into the skin area for, number 19 of 24. Basically, it just puts those like kind of bags under his eyes. I just thought it helped bring out his character a little bit more, just age him a little bit better too. And of course, you want to make him really pale so that they will match up with his flesh tone. And yeah, he's showing off. And then I added another goatee that basically just stretches out a little bit more, and I thought it just made him look a little bit better. Honestly, you could probably do without that and have another layer to work with, but yeah, I just threw that in there and I thought it made Kratos look just a little bit better. Okay, his tribal tattoo we're going to touch on at the end. Makeup I added 10 of 21, and then I did the second option, so that just kind of, and then I made it really, really black, and it just kind of brought his eyes out a little bit more. And I added a little bit of a red in there too, just to make it look like, he's been fighting for a long time or whatever. This one here, I I added just the basic eyeliner type stuff on it, but then I found out I really didn't need that, so I actually deleted that from Kratos, and you're about to see that. Goodbye. So yeah, one of those unnecessary things that I've been meaning to change, and now look at that, you have another layer to work with. Always bugged me, the layer caps on this game. I mean, it's how long have they been on the Xbox 360? They couldn't add more layers to it, or I don't know. But what you do get, you get a lot of options. Okay, we're gonna get into the trunks here. They're gonna be covered up, so you're basically just going to make it that crimson maroon color, whatever it is that the Spartans have and that Kratos uses. Also, too, you'll notice that on his right leg, there's those like little flaps or whatever parts of that like leather skirt thing that the Greek warriors wear and stuff like that, and that Kratos has. The only thing I realized I didn't get to were the bandages that are wrapped around his legs, like in his upper like thigh areas. Kratos has like bandages wrapped around there. That I didn't do. I'll probably add that on a later update. So basically, what you do, you go into the trunks, go into Logo Creator, or go into Logos, do the designs, and then pick number 111, which would just be a very long rectangle. There it is on default, but I've already got it colored. You'll see which color I chose. It's basically the same as the trunks. And then you move it right up there, and then you make a copy of it a little bit further left, just so that there's two. You're basically not going to see the entire thing anyway. That just shows you that it is there. And then I added that little circle thing because when I did further inspection on that part of Kratos, at the ends of those things there were like studs or whatever it's called, but there is kind of a little circle thing, so I just went ahead and added that to it. Okay, next we're jumping into the hands. You're going to do the wrist tape, which should be number 20 of 32. And of course, make them the dark maroon color. Go down to design, do number 111, which we're going to use a lot in this one, in this video. And you're going to put it over his thumbs, and there's going to be two on each, or just one on each hand, sorry. And yeah, you're just going to basically, I'll hit the default button here in a second. There it goes. Because you see, when you look at Kratos' hands, the tape is it wraps around his fingers. I don't know if they're gloves or if they worked, or if it was actual tape. I don't really remember. But yeah, it does encompass all of his fingers, or midway so, I should say. So yeah, you just want to stretch it out, and then there you go. Looks good. Alright, spin back around. Let people get a good shot of that 6-pack, or in your case, an 18-pack. I mean, geez. Okay, and you saw I did kind of skip over the wrist part, but we're going to come back to that in a second. For the bottoms, go down and choose that like Jimmy Snuka looking skirt, and then just basically make all the leopard skin type stuff, make it all the dark maroon color. And it was cool too, when you get done, it does look like it's got a bit of a texture to it, so that was kind of nice. And then the added logo created textures, that stuff we'll probably go into in a later video. And I did actually update the texture that you're looking at right now. Um, it it was on my last Kratos that I uploaded, and it looked really cool. All right, the lips you're gonna do number one, just very basic, and that's the color right there. And you'll notice Kratos's tribal tattoos, they're now black. I'll get onto that in a second. Go into the wrist, choose number 15 of 30. And then for the first one, you're going to make it that bronze kind of goldish color. And I thought this was a little bit of a better idea than actually making gauntlets in the local creator or with just the plain logos and then using chains to wrap around it. To me, it just saved on adding more layers to it. That way I could get the tribal tattoos right and the scarring and everything like that. And getting the face right, that was probably the most important thing of this character to me, was just making sure that it looked like Kratos. All right, for the boots, you're going to do I almost said books. You're going to do boots and kick pads. The boots, you're going to make them look kind of brownish. And I know Kratos wears sandals, but trust me, this looks much better. He's a wrestler too, so. All right, then you're going to go into your kick pads, choose number one. That's the one to me that just looks the most like Kratos's, and I just like the design of them overall. And I like that they do kind of go above the knees too. Okay, so the kick pad, you're actually going to make that the maroon color. You're going to add logo designs to it, number 111. You're going to stretch it out. That way you get the actual like shin guard part of what Kratos has. And then of course just stretch it up.